Good afternoon. So you turn 16. It's about that time you can obtain your driver's license with a driver's permit and a part-time job. You go down to the DMV to get an application. In that application, you have to fill it out and it asks for a social security card. You don't have it with you. So what do? You go back home to try to get it. You don't have one. So they ask your parents, where can I get one? And that's when they let you know, you can't quite get one. Well, yes, why not? And they tell you, it's because we're not legal here, we're undocumented. And just like that, all your dreams, go out the window. No driver's license, no work permit, no college, and basically you can't really do much without a social security card, at least not legally. According to Jane Manuel of the Pew Research Center, there are over 11 million unauthorized immigrants living in the United States. With all the political talk about building a wall and deporting all immigrants, I thought that I'd bring to your attention a couple of facts of why we need to keep unauthorized immigrants in the United States and not deport them. Instead, we need to keep them here and legalize their stay. Many of you might be thinking that they are taking the U.S. citizens' jobs. You might also be thinking they are costing the U.S. taxpayers dollars. And what about deporting them all will give the U.S. economy a much needed boost? Well, I would like to share with you some data that I came upon stating otherwise the contrary to legal immigration. There are 11.3 million unauthorized immigrants living in the United States. The Pew Research Center takes up the jobs. The Pew Research Center, according to the Pew Research Center, they take up the jobs that most people are not willing to do. What I have here is a picture of an illegal immigrant performing duties in a hot summer day picking strawberries. That's a job not a lot of people might want to do for $6.75 an hour. Unauthorized immigrants make up 5.1% of all the U.S. labor force. 6 states account for 60% of that 5.1%. And those states are California, Texas, New York, New Jersey, Illinois, and Florida. Those are the states with the most illegal immigrants that are in the workforce. The types of jobs they take are 80% in the service industries. And according to an article that was published in the Washington Post by Pamela Constable, it stated that nationwide unauthorized immigrants are clustered in few occupations, notably in farming, fishing, construction, mining, and in the hotel services. Legal immigrants tend to have low skill, minimum paying wage jobs due to the fact that they are limited to language because of the poor education, and there is barriers because of their legal status. And also, as I mentioned earlier, because of the cluster low-level occupation jobs. So not only are they not taking up our jobs, but they are doing jobs many of us will not like to do. By doing this, they are helping the U.S. economy to continue going strong. Undocumented workers contribute about $15 billion a year to Social Security. Most states do not allow undocumented immigrants to receive any form of federal aid. Therefore, they cannot get much help. Undocumented immigrants also do not get Social Security checks once they retire, and they certainly cannot apply for disability or any kind of unemployment benefits when they lose their job. So you can forget about them receiving any kind of money that way. Over the years, undocumented immigrants have contributed more than $300 billion to the U.S. Social Security Trust Fund. That is nearly 10% of the $2.7 trillion that is in the trust fund right now. That is money that undocumented immigrants are never going to see in their lifetime. Many undocumented immigrants come to the U.S. and work for a period of 10 to 15 years and they go back to their countries, meaning they're never going to be able to see that money. That money stays here in the U.S. Which brings me to the next point, deportation. 35% of all U.S. citizens think that there should be a mass deportation. According to an analyst from the Center for American Progress, a mass deportation strategy would cost an average of $10,000 per person. What I have here is a graph showing how much deportation will cost, an estimate, where a lower estimate would be costing $735 billion, where most of the spending would be on the protection of the plant and contracting enforcements to keep illegal immigrants to be able to deport them. Not only will it cost to remove undocumented immigrants, but it will also have a negative impact on the U.S. economy. The negative impact it will have is to the tune of $1.6 trillion that would be over the lifespan of 1 to 2 decades. Where if they were legalized, it would have a positive effect of $1.2 trillion, and it would create an average of 145,000 new jobs for people already in the U.S. If instead of deporting, we legalize, they become more part of our community than they already are. They can obtain driver's license, and they can buy insurance for their vehicles, and they can drive out safely without having to be worrying about getting pulled over. They can purchase health insurance for themselves and their families, and that way they do not go to the emergency rooms as often. If once they are legalized, they no longer have to need to stay in the United States for a long period of time. Therefore, they can go back and visit their loved ones, giving them another opportunity to stay, giving them one less opportunity to stay. They can pay fines and fees for services aside from contributing to the Social Security Fund, as they already do. The last time something was done about the immigration process, about the undocumented immigration process, was 30 years ago in 1986. That was when Congress passed a law that legalized 2.7 million unauthorized migrant workers. If you ask me, 30 years was way too long to wait. And just recently, President Obama took executive action to implement a plan that would help undocumented immigrants. And I think it's about that time. So what I have done, I have provided envelopes here along with letters addressed to Congress, providing help to the executive action Obama has presented. All you gotta do is sign that letter and turn it in to me, and I will personally take care of having it mailed. And that way you guys can help Obama's executive action to help pass the law that will help undocumented immigrants obtain legal status in the U.S. In conclusion, I would like for you to take this away from today. Not because many people say something is true necessarily means it is. Let's educate ourselves on these topics. Just as I showed you today, undocumented immigrants, they do not take our jobs. They do not cost taxpayers money. And instead of deporting them, let's help legalize them. Thank you.